Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to the Dumb Dad Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I'm a dumb dad.
And my name is Evan, and I'm a dumb dad. And on today's episode, Kevin over-prepares and under-delivers, really. That's what it's all about.
And in this episode, Evan's story mix-up might make him end up swimming with the fishes.
Heyo! But before we even cheers, Kevin, we have an announcement. We have a major announcement to make.
Yes.
This is to anyone who would like to attend. I will say that, but it is kind of specific to Los Angeles. We are doing another live show on August 25th at Dynasty Typewriter. You can get tickets. The link is in the show notes. Come out and support us. All proceeds are going to be sent over to Donors Choose to help teachers get supplies this year. And I'm super pumped about it, man.
Yeah, we're really pumped about it, too. If you guys have never heard of Donors Choose, most of the time if you go there, you can specifically supply donations to teachers, and it's for teachers all over the nation to make sure that they get the supplies in the classroom. I'm sure many of you listening have had teachers give their wish list of supplies, and either the PTA or the parents themselves help out. Donors Choose is one of those organizations that kind of brings us all together, brings the family, makes the community all kind of pitch in and help out. So we're making a back-to-school show.
Back-to-school show. It's, it's a tinge of what we did at our live show. We went on our little tour, but it's going to be specific to this show. We're super pumped about it. So come see us or send the link to somebody you know that lives here, that's a parent you think would have fun. It's an awesome show. We're super pumped about it. So
links in the show notes, and hope to see you at Dynasty Typewriter, August 25th.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To you and to all things moldy. Have you checked the kids' lunch boxes since they got out of school the whole summer?
Punted them into the woods.
Yep, exactly. Just throw them in the garbage.
The thing is, they didn't hit the ground. I punted them, and then I heard...
Yeah. And they're floating around there somewhere like a Mylar balloon. I'll see you in August. How are things?
Great.
I felt like a really loaded question on my end.
What's going on with you?
No, nothing. I just turned 63.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday.
As you put in stories. Love that joke. Mm-hmm. Great joke. Hot joke. It's my birthday this week, and it just feels like so many things floating in the air.
How are you doing with this one? Fine? Don't care?
Totally fine.
Don't care.
Not that I don't know.
Okay.
Here's where I think my mind was. I've been kind of quiet lately.
I know.
My wife's been like on top of me, like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. Nothing pressing. There's nothing on my mind that I can't stop thinking about. Nothing scaring me, but it's just felt like.
You just wish you had a model train in the basement.
Maybe that's what it is. I wouldn't have a model train. I want to just rebuild the ping pong table, Hill Valley, and send the DeLorean off the table in a shocking, like a ball of flames with my welder's goggles on and go, and watch it happen like over and over and over again. No, I don't know. I mean, like, I think it's just been like a lot going on lately. And so that's where my mind has been. And with my daughter has a birthday right before mine. So that's a huge focus. This is not brand new. She just turned 7, but like just the idea that, I don't know. Not my turn anymore after. It's not a significant birthday. You know how many more significant birthdays do you have like after 21, 25, rent a car?
It's every decade.
Every decade probably. So I'm not even close to the new decade. I don't know. And I'm fine with it. I mean,
sure.
Everything's fine. It just feels like
Say it again.
I just didn't feel
look
like
look in that mirror behind you. Say everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Oh, that sounded uneasy.
That was not a good read? That wasn't a good read?
Yeah, that's like...
Everything's fine.
That was like a read of like, in a 90s sitcom where like things going wild in the kitchen. And then you go out into the room and they're like, is everything okay in there, Evan? You're like, everything's fine.
Yeah, no, I thought like, I was trying to think about it more and I was like, I don't know. I just think it's just like, is melancholy the right word? Everything just feels like kind of like we're just sitting in it, Everything's
going through the motions
a little bit. And so nothing felt too significant about that for me, which is fine.
Yeah.
And we have our let's see, maybe we'll make an announcement at the top. We should, but like we got our live show coming up. That's on my mind. And like, we're very excited about that. But it's just like, man, I was talking to you like literally when I got here. It's just like, and maybe this is part of adulting, but it's just like add something to the list. Just add it to the list of all the stuff that you have to get done. And it just feels like a never-ending list of things you have to get done. It's not like you can. I don't ever really feel like
chipping away at it,
and I'm at the top of my Netflix queue, and I've seen all the movies. I don't ever feel like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just like maybe that's what it is. Maybe I've came to the realization of what adulthood really is like. You don't get to the top of the queue and sit down until you're like 74. If you get there,
so you're
9 years.
You're
left.
past the moment of Lucille Ball. Eating the chocolates, you're realizing they're coming out no matter what.
My cheeks are full. Yeah,
I'm gonna sit down.
God, what a reference! Does anyone out there even get that? I'm sure they do.
Everyone gets that reference. It's one of, if not the most famous sitcom scene in history. Yeah.
If you broke it down, I wonder if it would make the top 10. It probably would make the top 10.
You don't think it's the most famous sitcom scene?
No, I don't.
What do you think is the most famous sitcom
I don't know.
scene?
You're putting me on the spot here. Too much on my plate. I can't answer that question.
Because I win.
Where I'm going to go like MASH finale.
Scene. I didn't say episode. I said scene. Don't change
most
the rules.
Famous sitcom scene?
That's iconic. That's an iconic sitcom scene.
I'm not disputing that. Let me be very clear about that. I'm
Yeah.
not disputing that. I'm curious as to whether or not it's the most iconic. It's definitely out there, but I don't know, man. We're older now. People don't, that was old when we were growing up. So, today?
Yeah.
Let me just jump into fast forward into
that
today.
furthers my point.
Hold on. I'll give you one rebuttal to that point of how fast things go by. Today, we went over to the rec pool and swam for a little bit because it was like really in the middle of the day. My kids have been inside most of the day. They did a great job playing together, all things considered. And then it was like, we got to make a decision and do something. So I was like, you guys want to go over to the pool and swim?
Yeah.
And so they're like, yeah. And I didn't even care if it was like a half an hour. It was just like, let's just not be here and go do that and come back. I don't care how long you want to be there, whatever. On the way back, I was just thinking about, boy, we got like probably, and I know some of our Southern friends are like, first day back to school was today. So I know, right?
Oh, no.
Lucky.
Like as of this recording.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. July 31st was like, I saw their, first
Back
day
to
of
school in July.
First day of school posts.
I know, that doesn't super
backpacks
surprise
on their
me.
front porch and
Yeah.
everything, so I think that probably just compiled onto the idea that you always want your kids to have like the best summer they can have. I don't know, the best childhood they can have. It's always something that weighs on you a little bit. You just want, it's always at the forefront of your mind. So
Might make you melancholy to think about it too much.
I probably totally butchered that word. My wife will tell me about it if I did. I often do. And so we were walking back from the pool, and I was just like having a moment. It was just like sunny day. We were walking back from the pool to our house, and 7-Eleven on the corner, and I was like, you guys want Slurpees? And they were like, really? And I was like, yeah, why not? So we stopped and got Slurpees, and just like the whole thing was kind of like, I just want them to feel like they had a great summer. And it doesn't necessarily mean go out with a huge bang and try to think of the most, huge extravagant thing we can do at the end of the summer, but trying to just capitalize on the time now, because before we know it, we're going to be like stuck in school and it's a rhythm again, and they're trying to do homework and blah, blah. So I just love all these little moments of them growing up. And that was just one of them today. It was just like walking back and just like jumping into 7-Eleven. We're really allowed to get Slurpees? Yeah, we'll get Slurpees.
Yeah.
And then that walk back home was great. Just sipping on a cold Slurpee, kind of damp from the pool. And, it was just a nice little moment. And so I think it's just like kind of that's been on my mind a lot lately. It's just like, or one of the 1,000 things on my mind lately.
Yeah.
You're just like hard to prioritize which is the next thing you got to do.
Yeah.
But also it feels like making sure my kids are entertained enough to where they're having a good time every day. And that doesn't necessarily mean a big, like I said, a big thing.
You're right.
It could literally just
It's
be
not possible.
walking over to the pool, which we already paid for the pool. We'll get into that because this is kind of my dumb dad moment. We got our pool, like a rec league, like, seasonal pool pass kind of thing. So it's like, do you want to go or do you not want to go? That's totally fine if you don't. But if you do, it could be like half an hour.
Yeah.
I got 45 minutes to an hour and a half or whatever to burn if you want to just go over there and jump in the pool and come back. I don't even care, So that's where I am. I don't know.
Okay.
See, it's a lot. It's like a potpourri bag of thoughts, and I don't know which one is supposed to swim to the top and tackle next.
Sure. I get it. This all sounds great. It sounds like, from what you told me, you did check something off your list.
Yeah. Anyway, talk to
Be
me
a
about...
dad.
Talk to me about...
Congratulations.
Getting on Adderall. As I just said, like, I cannot pick a thought. I cannot grab a thought out of the air and focus on it.
Do you know what I'm able to do now on Adderall? Is
What?
write out the list.
Yeah.
Getting it done. I'll still work really hard at it.
Yeah.
But every day you just go, not that one, huh?
Yeah, not that one. And then by the time the day ends, you think of 3 more things you reminded yourself 3 days before you add it to the bottom of the list. And so it all just... I think that's fine.
Do you know what a hack...
There's no way you're going to get through the list and be like, I guess I'll just wait for the next thing to come around. Like, that doesn't feel realistic to me.
Do you know what's nice, though? Somebody... I don't know who said this. It's not totally profound, so I kind of don't care. But,
say it with an accent and make it profound.
All right.
Not Boston.
Well, the thing about making a list is...
somebody once said, when you make out a list, put things on there that are like, they didn't say like dumb, but like so simple that you're absolutely going to get them done, because it's like the same act as like making your bed first thing in the morning. It's like, not that doesn't need to be on your list, but it can. But like making your bed in the morning is a task. And once you do that, you complete it. And it's nice to do that first thing in the morning, because you're like, I've already completed something. And they say it gives you that
time
sense
to relax and do nothing.
Now I'll relax till lunch. That's lunch, boys.
No, I know what you're saying, because like I try to do that when and like the last couple of days I've slacked on that.
Yeah.
And then I'll do it like in the afternoon. But if you do it in the morning, it's not like, oh, I'm done. It's just like
the bed.
What can I do next? I did that thing. What's the next thing?
Yeah.
And then it's easier to like. That's part of my problem. Is sometimes I feel like my list is so long that I'm overwhelmed and I can't pick I can't pick a thing.
That's why you put easy things on there. So I have like check my email, which I'm gonna do. But you put it on there, and then you see it, you do it right away, and you're like, nice, check.
Yeah.
Just a little hack for you guys. If you guys want to make lists, put an easy thing on there. That's so easy to do, and then you get the list. You get the list rolling, and then you start. Still won't finish it.
No, because it's a never-ending list. It reminds me of, like, I used to work at Starbucks a long time ago. One of my first couple jobs, ours was a drive-through, and it was one of the busier ones in the state, I think, at least the region when we worked up in Washington. Mm-hmm. And whenever I'd work in the drive-through window, and it's very similar to bartending. It's almost exactly, it's like bartending on a Friday night, where it's like you can knock out 20 drinks in a row the fastest you've ever made them. There's 20 more waiting. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that kind of feels like the list to me sometimes. Yeah. It was like I would sit there in the drive-thru window, and it's like I would just be like burning through drinks.
Yeah.
One of the fastest at the bar that I could even make them. But every time I made 5.
Service bar on a Friday night. Service
bar on a Friday night. Sorry.
Not the bar.
Not the bar. No. You do kind of work at your own pace in the bar on a Friday night. You're right there. But like...
Well, you're still hustling, but there's also...
You're still hustling, but there's a little bit of banter
and
people yelling at you, and the more you yell at me, the less I'm going to go make your drink. I'm going to make, Yeah. But all that to say, there's none of that in a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just like, I could make 5 drinks as fast as anybody could make them, but 5 more just got added to the end of the line.
Yeah.
So it was like a line of like 10 cups.
Yeah.
That just like as you take the chocolate and put it in your mouth, more chocolates come down the line.
Yeah.
It's basically I don't know. It's from some like TV show no one watched.
It's from so iconic, but you disagree, but can't even think of one contender
of a scene.
Just saying.
I
what were you
I
going
feel
with?
bad I get put on the spot because I should be able to think of one, but I just can't think of like.
Well,
I literally would be intrigued to look at like iconic scenes in television. It probably is at least top 5. I'm in hindsight, I said maybe not top 10. I was thinking maybe shows for a second when I said that. Scenes, it probably really is top 5, but I don't know. I just can't, it's like, it's hard to think of other ones right now when we're sitting here and I'm overwhelmed by a list. I'm focused on
number
the
1.
list.
Seal eclipsed anything else. So anyway, you were at Starbucks.
Yeah, it's just like, that's what it reminds me of. Trying to knock stuff off your list. And then by the end of the day, you add as many things as you knocked off, if not more things to the bottom of your list, and it just filters to the top the next day.
Yeah.
People are like, sorry, you're whining and complaining and feeling overwhelmed about being an adult?
Yeah. I guess that's my takeaway is, so you're saying nothing's bothering you about your birthday, and you don't know why you're more quiet lately. You just can't figure it out.
Can't figure it out.
Put a microphone in front of them. Kind of figures it out.
That's not a bad thing.
I didn't say it was. Saying we figured it out. Hopefully your wife listens to the podcast.
You know, she does. Because, again, like if I mess up a word, she's like, text me immediately. Speaking of messing up a word, too, somebody said today, you know, like you get an Instagram notification and you can like kind of see a preview of it. You know, like if it's on like your lock screen.
Yeah.
And someone was like, binging podcast, Evan's catchphrase, need a shirt. And I was like, oh, that's fun. And I'm thinking, like, what catchphrase do we use all the time? Like, I may be dumb, I'm not, I may be dumb, I'm not stupid. That's a good one. No snacks before dinner. We got a few. How can I stop this? How do I stop this?
Yeah.
And she was like, been binging the podcast lately, love it. Gonna need a catchphrase of Evan's favorite phrase, all that to say.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
oh, you can make a drinking game out of that.
that sucks.
Oh, really?
Well, when you get burned for something like that and you're like, oh, I didn't even realize I do that. Although
Have you never been called out for it before?
No.
Oh.
No. Been called out for a lot of other stuff.
Oh. All that to say.
But you know when someone says something like that and then you're like, you immediately go to the self-conscious mode.
You're a little naked.
Yeah.
Like,
I felt like I was completely standing there naked.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Thanks for listening. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will never say it again in my life.
All that to say.
All that to say.
Let's get to the dumb dad moment.
Let's get to
Do you want to go? You want me to go?
Go for it. I filled enough buffering time up front with my inner monologue, external inner monologue.
Well, my dumb dad moment is brought to you by just being a great husband. You know, just being a good guy.
Clip that off, Annie. Clip that off.
She will. She's gonna end the smile, and that's gonna be her desktop screen.
The voice note
She turns
desktop
on the computer.
Yeah.
It's gonna be being a good husband. Do you remember when phones used to do that? When you I think it was like flip phones. When you turn them on, they could like play a video, and it was just the crappiest quality, and that would be like the opening screen. Dumb.
Yeah.
I remember thinking it was dumb then.
Yeah.
Okay, so yesterday my wife was taking the kids, and she was like, we're switching off. We're both at home. She's, like I've said before, she's not working, but she's doing a lot of social media and stuff, pretty much like me. And so we're basically
it's grinding right now.
Switching off for each other. She was like, I'm going to take the kids. I'm going to go on kind of like an adventure. She was going to go to the aquarium. So I was like, well, you're gone till dinner.
Yeah, because that's down near
Anaheim. So I was like, oh, okay. And, it was like,
oh man, where's my list?
Mid to late morning. And I was like, what are you doing for lunch? And she's like, I'll probably just have a protein bar. And I was like, gotcha. And then she was finishing up something, and she was probably going to leave like 10 minutes or so. So I immediately
So she's leaving around lunchtime is what you're saying.
Yeah. She's so I made the kids all lunches. I posted about it.
2 kids and
in
Phil.
Stories. No, him and I had lunch together. It was great talk. Great talk. Yeah. Talk to me about the Industrial Revolution. No,
hot topic. Yeah.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Tell me about some ailment. And so I made the kids lunch, and I put a little hack in there where I use the sauce container that some of those like organized salad lunches have. Shove a napkin in there so that they don't use it, but you have it. They won't use it, but you have it. It's nice. It's a hack.
You put that in there. Do you tell them it's in there, or are you just thinking they might look in there to see what's in there?
Well, wasn't my problem. They were in the car. But
I imagine if you like this in the center, what you're describing is it's like a
organizer. It's actually technically a salad.
What do you
travel
call it?
salad. So the bottom is a big cavity.
It's like a bento box.
Like a bento box. So it's a big cavity, and then the top is like these little separated areas. So like the bottom, I put like a bunch of watermelon, and then the top I put like, what is it called? Girl dinner. Have you not heard that?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
That's a big thing on TikTok. Probably Instagram too. So it's basically
I don't know what it is.
Girl dinner is like anytime a woman just like goes to the fridge and just grabs a bunch of snacks, and that's their dinner. Like some grapes, like kind of a charcuterie, but like of whatever we have in the fridge.
Yeah.
And
why is that a girl dinner? I feel like that's how I eat lunch most of the time.
That's how a lot of people. The world's sexist, Evan. We're not solving that. But I don't know. They own it. It's
You don't
fun.
wanna
it's
climb
funny.
that mountain right
It's
now?
funny because every
You
time
wanna
you
put our
hear
flag
about
on top of there now?
it, what's funny is I explained girl dinner to my mom this past weekend, and she was like, what can the kids have for lunch? And I was like, just give them girl dinner. And then she was like, what is that? And I explained it to her, and she goes, that sounds actually really nice. I go, sounds great. Like, yeah, don't give me a sandwich. Give me a bunch of things. Give me a kind of a deconstructed sandwich, and I'll have just as much fun.
Yeah.
With cured meats. Anyway.
Watermelon sandwich.
So I gave them like a bunch of stuff. And anyway, so I made theirs, but the first thing I did was like I heat up the griddle and I started making her a turkey burger. And sidebar. This is not a part of the dumb dad moment at all. But I was I'm seasoning the turkey burger. So I throw it on, I season one side, flip it, and season the other side. So one side's already on, and I'm seasoning it, and I have to like get low and close to it because I have one of those like big like things of like garlic powder, you know, and like so the holes are giant. So if you go too fast, it's just gonna be a mound.
Yeah.
So I'm going like slow. I'm going slow, and my Phil, my father-in-law, who lives with us, he is older, and he's hard of hearing. He's not deaf, but he's hard of hearing. Mm-hmm. And he's also often oblivious to things. So put those together, it is a recipe for disaster. Because I'm seasoning, and he kicks the kitchen chair because he doesn't see it. And I didn't know he was there. He kicks it so loud and hard that I like garlic powder goes everywhere.
You like flinch?
As I flinch, it scared the out of me. And I just went... And and then he walks in. Anybody else would have walked in and either laughed or apologized or been like, what happened?
Yeah.
Because they're walking in and there's like garlic powder's kind of everywhere. And I'm flinching.
In the air. It's a
and
mist.
Yelling.
Yeah.
Hard of hearing and oblivious. And he just like comes in and he was like, you know, will Annie be joining us for lunch? And I'm just sitting there like laughing and holding my chest, making sure my pulse doesn't change. And I was like, no, she's not joining us. We will have lunch in a little bit. And he was like, okay, and he leaves. Like, he didn't clock anything of what happened. Anyway, So I make her, as the burger is cooking, and I've collected myself, not the garlic powder, that's still there. I make a salad, cut all that up, make a nice little salad.
The sound effect.
That's the feta. Tap, tap, tap. There's only a little bit left.
What is that?
So I do all that, and then I even like I separate the dressing, and I put that in a little container, and then I put that in the bag. I put the salad in the bag. I take the burger's ready. I take that off, put it on a small plate, put that in the freezer, close it, and let that chill for a little bit. Making sure the kids are ready, filling their waters. I'm making sure she's good to go. Put extra snacks in the snack bag that she's bringing. And then I was like, all right, take out the burger, put that in a separate container because if it's still steaming, we're going to wilt the lettuce. What are we doing? Nobody wants a warm salad. I wrap up a fork in a napkin because I didn't have a cute small container to put it in.
Lord.
And I put it all in there and I go, here you go. And she's like, do we have a bigger bag? Because I'm going to have to probably carry their waters. They're not going to want to carry their waters. So I was like, no, they're not. You're correct. We have this really small... What are those Disney bags? Those they're just more for fashion than being practical because they're so small. They're like purses. You got one for like Lucy once. You know, there's like Zelda themed and like.
Oh, the little backpack?
Yeah. What are they called?
It's a backpack. That's like a mini backpack.
They have a certain name.
And I don't believe so.
Guys, go ahead. Write in.
I'm pretty sure it's like a mini backpack. You've seen it around on theme parks or whatever. It's like.
It's got a brand name.
Oh, Loungefly.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't know that's what you were asking.
That's exactly what I was asking.
Loungefly.
What are those Disney backpacks?
Yeah. Well, they're not.
They're not just
They're
Disney,
on
I
their own
know, because they have
companies.
Legend of Zelda.
Do you
I know.
understand? That's where I got lost because it's not. You went with Disney.
Disney's going to own them all eventually. So it's not a Loungefly, but it's a small. It's the size of a Loungefly, but it's all cooler insulated. So I was like, you know what? These are just like they're going to eat them in the car. You're probably going to eat them in the car. You're right. So I grab a bigger bag, transfer the stuff, send them on their way. Yeah, the water's great, and they leave. And I was like, fantastic. And then I come in the office, I sit down, and I was like, what's on the list? Oh, make the bed? Already done. Check. And then I get a text from my wife. And she was.
Get rid of the garlic powder? Check.
She goes, which pocket did you put the dressing in? And the second she said that, I went, it's not in there.
Yeah.
And I went, they're gone now. They're on the highway. And I like look in the little backpack that I packed, and there's the dressing, and there's the fork wrapped up.
So she just had to like hand feed herself a crispy undressed salad.
Yeah, girl dinner became like caveman dinner.
Yeah.
And
cave woman, Kevin.
Cave person. Wow. Sorry, everyone.
Cave being.
So
Geico.
I immediately texted like
cave people.
I was like, I'm so sorry. I have the dressing and the fork, and she just laughed because her whole thing was, I'm not gonna have lunch. I'll just have a protein bar. And then she came in. She's like, what's this? And I was like, I made you lunch. So she didn't grab the protein bar.
Yeah.
She still ate the turkey burger,
Yeah.
but it wasn't an
garlic
ideal
burger.
situation. It was good.
It was the garlic burger.
She said it was fantastic. Hey, I didn't do it.
Turkey.
Had I done it with the salt or pepper, a problem. Too much garlic. This is rare.
It's hard to get too much garlic
garlic.
into something. It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
I think.
But it wasn't too much garlic. Most of it went in the fan above the vent.
Also, when you came into the office, where you checked your list, you had to blow the garlic powder off of it to see what was next on your list because it made its way through the house.
Yeah, it looked like that scene in Ace Ventura when he's dusting the inside of the hut. Another reference for the young'uns.
That's the most iconic scene in cinematic history. My dumb dad moment is brought to you by lying. Okay.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. We've talked about this before on the podcast. We're both people pleasers, and so it just any sort of controversy, anything like that is like pass. I don't really. I feel like it's not worth getting mad over stuff or yelling or arguing at people unless it's like a really robust situation. Okay. So that's like, I don't like to go to those places. I like just to remain at about a 1 or a 2. Keep the BP down on the floor if we can.
Lately, your wife's wondering why you can't get to a 3.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on with him?
Boy, there's a lot of jokes there. And so, like I said, we went over to the pool, right? This is a rec center, like on the main drag here. It's like a, I don't know, 6 or 7 minute walk for me and the kids, like in the sun, get nice and warm. Just throw the suits on, put a towel over your shoulders, and some sunscreen. And we in the goggles, and we walk down to the pool, and it was like, bring a few bucks, pay.
I'm still reeling from the main drag. Go ahead.
Victory Boulevard, but no one knows what that is, and so that's what I meant. I
know, just main drag is. I hear that term a lot.
You don't hear it a lot?
Not anymore.
Well, I'm that kind of. I'm an old school kind of guy.
I Love Lucy came up.
There it is. I was literally waiting for you to say that. So we walk over there, and it's been nice. We went over there I don't know, a couple times, and I was like, we should just pay for the season's pass kind of thing, right? Because I'm I'm $4, they're $1 a piece, but rather than having to bring a handful of cash or whatever each time, why don't we just pay for the season's pass, and we can just walk over there at our leisure. Now our pool is an outdoor pool, and so it's only open basically during the summer.
Yeah. So
we have some time left, but not a ton of time left before they close it down for the year. But I was like, but we should just go pay for the season's pass, and that way we can just. I'm not going to stress about. Well, I only have a few bucks on me, and if we're going to go, we're not going to go for that long. Maybe we make for tomorrow. So I'm just we'll just do it the next time we come through. Yeah, we'll pay for it. So I almost said it.
And he can edit it in.
All that to say,
yeah.
When we walked over there the previous time, I asked about the season's pass. Uh-huh. And the lady at the front desk was really nice. She was like, well, how old are your kids? And I was like, he's 10 and she's just turned 7. She goes, oh, okay. If she was 6, you would be free. Uh-huh. Because anybody under 7 needs an adult to accompany them.
Gotcha.
So you'd be free.
Yeah.
If she was 6. She's kind of giving me that
yeah.
Are you picking up what I'm putting down in front of you here, pal? Wink, wink,
Sounds
that kind of thing.
Heavily laid out.
Yeah, and I was like, gotcha, copy that.
Yeah.
we'll be back the next time. And I think that time I didn't bring. I literally bought like $6 cash on me. So I would have, otherwise I would have been like, well, just sign us up right now. You know, I only had like $6 cash. So I was like, okay, good to know. I appreciate that. Thank you. And so a couple days ago when we went, so here's the thing. Already I'm a little uncomfortable.
Sure.
Because she's not 6.
Yeah.
And judge me if you want, make fun of me if you want, but I just don't have that in me to be like, great, lie under all, like, I just don't have that in me to be like, no problem. But I was like, heard, chef, gotcha, 6, she's 6, got it.
Yeah.
So I come home, I tell my wife, and I kind of told her, like she says, you know, if she's 6, my wife's like, oh, nice, okay, well. But then came the time to actually have to go and get the season's pass. And I'm literally the whole time while walking there thinking like, okay, I have to tell her that she's 6, even though I know she's not 6. Like, it's on my mind. And like, I don't like that I am even thinking about this.
Yeah, okay.
And so, also because I have little kids. And what do you teach little kids? You don't lie. You tell the truth and blah, blah. So I'm thinking like, how do I get this done? Set aside my own
Send them more.
uncomfortable, right? Like, hey kids, why don't you go read that tiny little writing over there? I'd like to sign up for the season's pass. You know, like that kind of thing. But I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm an actor. I can roll in there and just say it.
Yeah.
Just say it like it's the truth.
Sure.
It's my new truth. So I walk up to the front desk and I'm like,
she's 6. And they were like, can I help you?
Yeah, exactly. I walk up to the front desk and I was like, hi, we're here to swim, but I would also like to sign up for the season's pass. I go, okay. She goes, now my kids are standing right next to me, right? But I'm thinking like, I'll just do it on the DL. I don't need to make a big announcement. We're just having a conversation between 2 adults. And so I go, she goes, okay, great. How old are they? And I go, he's 10 and she's 6. She didn't hear me.
Yep.
My daughter didn't hear me. So I was like, great. My son goes, now here's the thing. Here's the thing. My son did not blow it in the way that I thought he was going to blow it, or that I thought either of one of them was going to blow it. He goes, I'm the 6-year-old, she's the 10-year-old, to make a joke. But he said it really loud. And the lady kind of laughed. But my daughter heard that joke, and she goes, wait, I'm 7. I just turned 7. I had my birthday. I'm 7. And I was like, here's the improv. I go, oh, that's right. You just had a birthday. She just turned 7. They're 10 and 7. She goes, okay. He'll fill out all this paperwork. Now, here's the part where it didn't really matter. Fill out all this paperwork, kids' names, emergency contact, all that stuff, which makes sense. Yeah. Oh, yeah, pool pass. Who are you? That kind of thing, right?
Who are you?
Hi, my name's John Smith, and this is my 10 and 6-year-old. I would like my passes, please. So she's like, fill out these things, which of course is like,
how warm were you?
Who's your kid? Oh, it was probably bright red. Yeah. No, I was fine because I already thought like, what am I doing to myself? This makes me so uncomfortable. Why live in the discomfort? I'll just say they're 10 and 6. What does that get me? If it's them blowing it,
when they blow it, then it's like, oh no, because then you're like, I'm gonna get yelled at by a grown up.
That's the thing. I don't want to get yelled at by a grown up about a stupid thing.
Yeah,
because there's nothing for me to say.
Sure,
right? I'm not gonna defend my actions. Like stand there and like draw a line in the sand and be like that would be more embarrassing. So I start filling out the thing and it's like, it's like date of birth. Like what's your kid's name? What's their date of birth? Emergency contact. And I was like, they're just going to look at it anyway. There was no like, she's like, if they're 6, wink, wink. Well, it's like you have to put their birthday on there.
Yeah.
So what was all the wink, wink about?
Change the birthday.
Oh, I
have to bring a birth certificate.
No, I couldn't do that. I wasn't prepared to do that. I wrote their birthdays down. Again, write in. Make fun of me all you want. Send in your best jokes about it.
Like I can't write it in.
Couldn't really do it
because if she has an accident, she has to go to the hospital.
Because I'm gonna lie.
You're like, no, she's 7. They go, sorry, pal, you wrote 6. Only give her a 6-year-old's worth of medicine, but she's 7.
Oh, wait a second. So I fill it all out, and then I was like, whatever. Like I don't really. I was also not like trying to cheat the local rec center out of the money that they probably need anyway. Go into your local rec center and tell me that they don't need money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Whatever. Play it. Okay. I tried. I'm not gonna. I tried.
Didn't work.
It didn't work. I don't care.
Didn't work.
And so she's like, okay. So she like goes over to the computer, types a bunch of stuff in, brings over the passes, and she gives one to my son and writes his like member number on there. And then she fills it out for my daughter, writes the member number on there, and then she gets out a red Sharpie and puts a little red dot next to the member number. And she's like, since she just turned 7, I put this on here. So you just show it, and like that way you're good. And I was like, oh,
There you go.
thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And she's like, no worries.
And then
So,
you were at the doorway and she went, hey, for telling the truth. And you're like, oh, and you have to live with that forever. You did lie.
No, that's all she said. So the funny thing is today was really funny. And I was like, so we went there today and I like just brought their passes. And I went up to the first guy at the desk and I showed him the passes and he's like, okay. And I was like, do you need to write us down, or are we just? He's like, honestly, I'm not familiar with the system. I'm kind of new here, so I don't really know what I should do. And he goes and gets a guy, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Which nothing happened. The guy came over, and I was like, we're just gonna swim. And he's like, okay. And he looks at the two things, and he looks at her and me and them, and then that red dot, and he goes, are you gonna get in the pool? And I go, yeah. And he goes, okay, okay. And then he like hands me like, they give you like tickets, like a raffle ticket. Uh-huh. Which is really funny. Like they give you 3 raffle tickets, and then you walk through the door around the corner, and you have to put them in a bucket.
Yeah.
I don't really know why you do that.
You,
just write me
at the end of
put a check mark.
At the end of the day, they pull one, and you get the lifeguard buoy every day. That's why they need the money. They're really just going through.
Yeah. So anyway, but it was like, here you go, and I was like, okay, that was weirdly confusing on a different level. That so he looked at it and he was like, red dot, okay, but he didn't. I was like, he's not clocking her going. Looks more like a 7 than a 6 to me. Like this guy's like 23. He doesn't know. I wasn't sure what was going on.
That's what I mean. You're overthinking that part because you guys might have gotten the pass right at the beginning of summer when she was 6. They don't know.
That's also what the lady said when she put the red dot. She goes, if anybody asks you, just say you bought it at the beginning of the summer. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't you just put a record down of when I bought it? But yeah, let's play that game. I'm in too deep here, woman. I don't know what to do.
Overthinking it. That's our hero complex. Thinking, you know, we're the main characters of our story, though, that people are going to stop us and they're like, we're just trying to get to the next person, man.
I know. Like, how many times have we had this conversation? Like, we get invited to an event and we're like, I wonder if we're allowed to go into that area. And so we don't go because we're not sure if we're allowed or not.
Yeah, we're not.
We're not. Almost never are.
But how is it in every spy movie? You just grab a tray and just walk right in. Why have we never tried?
Anyway, that's where I was getting to. That's the joke we tell, which is like, just do it with confidence.
Yeah.
If you're not sure if you're allowed in there, just walk in there like you belong in there. If they stop you, they're not going to be like, cut this guy's arms off. It's just like, oh, sorry, sir. You can. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, my bad. No big deal. Like that's all. That's like the worst case scenario is that they're like, oh, sorry. Do you have whatever credentials you're maybe supposed to have? And they're like, oh no, I thought. Am I not? Or can I go? No, you can't go in there. Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. Like that's the worst case scenario that we somehow avoid.
You just have the straight face. Somebody stops you. Confidence. Walk in.
Yeah.
If they block you, sir, I'm sorry. This is a restricted area. This is a VIP area.
Yeah, whatever.
You just go, oh, is this not? I'm sorry. I thought I was looking for the giraffe feeding, and then just walk away.
Yeah.
And let them sit with that for the night.
They can have that on their plate.
Yeah.
As they're trying to check red dots.
And then your friend goes in because they're just staring at their shoes, going, yeah, feed a giraffe. That's not even possible. The ceilings are 6 feet high right here. What's going on?
Hey, James. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but like we don't have any like. There's no like wildlife here tonight, right? There's like no giraffes or anything. He's like
dumb. Madagascar 6 is next week. That's the place to leave it. That's where we're gonna leave it for today. If you guys have some dumb parent moments, email us dumbdadpod@gmail.com or DM us. We're at the Dumb Dads on all platforms, but DM us on Instagram. You can watch full episodes of the podcast on YouTube. Please come out and see our show, as we said at the top.
That's right.
At Dynasty Typewriter on August 25th. Proceeds will go towards Donors Choose, which will help teachers get the supplies they need in classrooms all over the nation. Every little bit helps. If you can't make it, buy tickets for somebody who can, or just donate to Donors Choose if you absolutely can't come at all. It is a great organization, and please help out. Thanks to @Verdú on SoundCloud for the music of this podcast, and as always, to my lovely wife, Annie, for editing this podcast. A joke to take us out.
I got something here. Why didn't anyone say anything when the king farted?
Why?
It was a noble gas.
What do you call the dog that eats cantaloupe?
I don't know.
Melon-collie. Brought it back.
That's a great callback. Well done.
Okay, that's it. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to the world, little one. Welcome to life.
How do I stop this?